Hey guys, so I've seen some people doing kind of the 25 books they want to get to in 2025 and thought I would jump on that bandwagon. So I've kind of decided that for 2025, I want to focus on finishing series that I've started. And so that's kind of where the first half of these books are coming from, are series that I've read at least one or two of the books in, and I would like to finish out the series. That way I can move on to new series. So the first one that I want to get to in 2025 is Unchain Me. This is a indie author that I found over on TikTok. I think it's pronounced Greco. And the first one was Unbreak Me. It was really good. I enjoyed it. And so I definitely want to read the second one and see what happens next in the story. Yeah, so that's the first one. There aren't currently any more out in the series, but I think she said she's working on book 3. So I do expect future books to be out for this series, but I can at least finish up the ones that are out and that I own. Okay, so that's the first one. Then the next 4 books come from an author, Kelsey Haas, and it's the Hello series. And so I've read the first 2, which was Hello Single Dad and Hello Fake Boyfriend. And I want to continue the series and finish on and read Hello Temptation. And then that's followed by Hello Billionaire. And then Hello Doctor. And then the last one I have is Hello Heartbreaker. I'm 100% sure there's another one out that I don't have. Okay, maybe like 99% sure. So I'll probably pick that one up at some point and add that to the list. But right now, I just have these 4. So those are the ones I want to focus on and finish getting through. The next one, I only have one more book left again. It's A Cage of Kingdoms by K.F. Breene. And this is the second book. It's the second book in a kind of offshoot of a 4-book series. And this is the last one in the offshoot, so it kind of ties up this little side quest. So I'm excited to read that. K.F. Breene is one of my favorite authors, and so at least it's one of my favorite romance authors. And so I wasn't the biggest fan of the first book. It was actually my least favorite of her books, but most of her books are 5-star reads for me. So I'm excited to see how it wraps up. And it's going to bring some more of the characters I'm familiar with into the story. And so we get that as well. So I'm excited about this one. Then the next series I want to try to finish up is the Twisted Fate trilogy. I've read the first book and I need to get to the second and third. And this is a series by Jen L. Gray. And the second book is Eclipsed Heart, and the third book is Chosen Destiny. And this is a Wolf Shifter series. I tend to like them. However, I wasn't the biggest fan of the first book, but enough that I would like to see where it goes. But my biggest problem with the first book was that it was pretty predictable. So hopefully this surprises me somewhere in the second or third book. But yeah, I still want to finish the series out. So it's on the list for 2025. The other series that I want to finish, or another one, is the Shadow Beast Shifters series. And that's by Jamin Eve. I finished the first book, Rejected, and so I want to get into the second book, which is Reclaimed, and the third book, which is Reborn. And then I do believe there are 2 other books in this series, but they're not like directly in this storyline. They're offshoots, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't have them, only have these two. Want to finish this one out. First book was okay. I don't think it was anything to write home about, but again, intrigued enough to want to finish the series. And then the last series that I want to finish is ACOTAR. So, jump right in with the second book, A Court of Mist and Fury, right? Then get into A Court of Wings and Ruin, and then A Court of Frost and Starlight, and finish it out with A Court of Silver Flames. I read the first book. What was it? A Court of Thorns and Roses? Yeah, ACOTAR. Yeah, Court of Thorns and Roses. And I didn't care for it. It didn't draw me in, didn't grab my attention. But yeah, so everybody keeps telling me that the second book is a lot better and that the series as a whole gets a lot better. So I am hoping that TikTok is not lying to me when they tell me this, and that I am going to actually like the rest of this series, because didn't really care for the first book. But yeah, so that's kind of the first half of the book, which is the first half of my 25 books, which is finishing series that I've started. And so that way I can kind of move on to new series. Okay, so to finish out the 25 books that I want to read in 2025, I am going to stick with my series theme. However, these are going to be series that I have not started. So I think my goal is going to be to finish the series that I would like to finish first, and then these are going to be the next series that I start. So jumping right in, the Never After series. Hooked I will read. I don't currently have it right now, but it's on its way to me. So Hooked, and then Scarred, which is the second book. And then what is that? Wretched, and then Twisted, Crossed, and Hexed. I don't know if any more books are coming after Hexed, but I know Hexed is the most recent one that's been out. So that's one series I definitely want to try to get through, or at least started in 2025. The next series, and I only have the first 3 books, but if it's as good as everybody says it is, then I will, of course, be purchasing the rest of the books. And that is the first book, Guild, by Raven Kennedy. And this is the, what series is this? Oh, the Plated Prisoner series. So I have the first book, Guild, the second book, Glint, and the third book, Gleam. And so I want to start that and, get into it. Maybe not first, since I don't have all the books. So while I'm finishing the other series and maybe starting the Never After series, I can work on buying the rest of the Plated Prisoner series books, so that by the time I get to it, I will have them all and be ready to go. And then the last one to bring us up to 25 books for 2025 is I want to read the Shadow and Bone series. I have the trilogy, so I've got them. I'm ready to start them. I also have not watched the series on Netflix, so I am going into these blind. I have no idea what they're about, no clue what's going to happen, and no preconceived notions of what characters should look like. And I figure if I enjoy the book, then maybe I can go see if Netflix ruined it or did a fantastic job of it. But yeah, those are my books, book series for 2025 that I would like to finish and start. If you've read any of them, let me know. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And yeah, what are you trying to read in 2025? Let me know.